Okay, hopefully we are on. Running a little late here, folks. Just got in the door a handful of minutes ago. And try to jump right on here, and my computer was updating. Okay, it looks like we're on here. Looks like we're on Facebook. Give me but mere moments. All these, getting bombarded by all these pop-ups. All right, let's see what we're doing here. How are we doing? How's everybody doing tonight? It's frustrating. All right, let's look at this. All right, we'll turn on the chat. Well, hopefully that will work. All right. Again, just got in the door, so nothing's working. All right, I'll put my first chat of the night. Good evening. Hey, Emmanuel. Hello, Brian. Glad you're back. Thank you. Thank you very much. All right. I'm going to try something here. Now, that's not tonight's. I'm going to remove this from last week or the week before.
So what have we learned from the last segment of the movie? No, seriously, I'm asking you, because I have no idea what we just saw.
I'll tell you in a minute what's going on here, so hold on. We just got back from, this morning we were at Outer Banks, and we just drove all this distance. Walked in here, and my computer decided to do an update. And there was nothing I could do about it except for sit here and be frustrated and watch it just go at it. And right now I'm going to try to upload an image here of tonight's schedule, and we'll see. Hopefully that doesn't kick me off of OBS, but you know, strange stuff like that has happened in the past. All right, that's on here. That's on here. All right. Bear with me here, folks. We're getting there. We are getting there. All right. What are we at? 8:08. All right. Not the worst thing that could happen. Not a goal I strive for either, but all right. Let's see. Raymond says, Ava. John says, you are here. He has arrived. Hooray. I am here. Carrie says, where's Diana? I don't know. I put a little thing out there saying that we're going to be a little late here tonight getting started. And A says, hey, Emmanuel, you went dark. Yes, I couldn't get some things working right there on the screen. But hey, we are, let me get this officially started. Here we go. All right, it's the Chiller Night Pre-Show. I am Brian Hogue. Thank you for joining me. We're from 8:08 p.m. until a few minutes shy of 9 p.m. Eastern Time. I will sit here. I will join with you, chiller maniacs, you frightening folks, and we will chat about, well, whatever happens to pop into our mind. hopefully somewhere along the lines of horror, paranormal, and science fiction. But let's see. I'm just glad to be back. I never announce it. We never announce it. Yes, we did go on vacation, and we just got back from the Outer Banks this morning. We were there, and took us until just a handful of minutes before I started this. We actually got back, so I'm a little discombobulated, I will tell you that. But Brad says it's a Chiller Night Pre-Show with Brian Hogue, starring Brian Hogue. Now here's Brian. Welcome back, Brian. We miss you. What's on tonight, Brian? Oh, thank you, Brad. I appreciate that, and all of you have joined in. I will show you that schedule in just but mere moments. Brad says, "Better late than never." I'm glad you. I'm glad you look at it that way. Thank you. And then Emmanuel says, "Hello, everybody, Mistians all, and hope you're all doing well. Thank you. It's good to be back." And Kevin says, "Hey, Brian, it's Kevin here watching House of Dark Shadows." Hey, Kevin, thanks for joining us. And yeah, it's been I'm glad to see you on here tonight. Dale says, "Hello, everyone." Hey, Dale. And Emmanuel says, "Frightening folks. Aha, you've seen my picture then." Ava says, "Love this shirt." Oh, I know it's my new Frankenstein t-shirt. Just ordered that, and again, I had a different shirt on up until like 30 seconds before I had this camera on. I ordered this, ripped it out of the bag just to throw it on, and so this is my new one. So ordered a couple of them. So excited to get my t-shirts. Now, as far as the the Chiller Night TV schedule tonight, and then we'll do all of our customary affiliate recognition and all that, because I like to do that. Tonight, look, I'm telling you, I'm not exaggerating, folks. This is what I have. This is 9 p.m. The movie is White Zombie. Look at that. 11 p.m. Chiller Chat. My guest is Gary Striner. That, of course, is an older episode. If it weren't, I always put new on there. 11:30 p.m. The movie is The Snake People. 1:30 a.m. My guest is Donald F. Glute for Chiller Chat. And 2 a.m. the movie is The Manster. Jack Shadow features The Manster. So there you have it. And you can also find that schedule at streammedia.tv on Stream TV. So, but that will be our schedule tonight. So, again, I'm happy to be back. I really didn't know if I was going to make it on time, but I actually made it on time. It was just my computer was not, it was going painfully slow. And then Ava says, Father's Day gift. Yes, yes. Hey, Emmanuel, did you order a Godzilla shirt? I did not. But hopefully, well, by next Saturday, by golly, you'll see my other one I got. So I can't wait to see that one. Pretty cool. Hey, Brad says, "Are you getting ready for the 4th of July next Saturday?" Yeah. I'm looking forward to that. Love that day. And the Angry Pennsylvanian. Hey peeps, it's been a while. So yes, it has. Well, we're glad you're with us tonight. John says, "Let's give a happy birthday shout out to Ray Harryhausen. Show your love." Ah, yes. I did not know it was his birthday. My eyes have been dead on the road ahead of me for the last since 8:30 this morning. So that's cool. I'm glad you brought that up. Obviously, he should be recognized, and he influenced so many people in the special effects genre. So loved his work, loved the movies, of course, he worked on over all the many years. It certainly stirred a young Brian's imagination back in the day. Carrie Edwards, he shows a little cake. All right, so happy birthday, Ray, wherever you may be. Happy birthday. So Kevin says, "Love to see you wearing a Dark Shadows t-shirt, mate. Great keeping in touch with you, Brian." Yeah, I don't have any of those yet, but yeah, you're right. Maybe I ought to get a Dark Shadows t-shirt. I know you really are a big fan of Dark Shadows, as well as several of you out there. So I've yet to catch up on that show. I got to mention this because I'm really excited about this. The Sci-Fi Roku channel, they have these shows. I posted this earlier in the week, or maybe it was last week, but they have Kolchak the Night Stalker, which was I loved that show when I was a kid. Obviously, I watched that show religiously. Also, another one was The Night Gallery. You all know Rod Serling hosted the Twilight Zone, but then in the 70s, he did a show called The Night Gallery. So those episodes are on there as well. So I'm super excited to start watching those shows. I'm gonna check. I'm gonna check over here. Oh, okay, yeah. Facebook seems to be working well. Chiller Night Theater. Let's see. Carrie says, on your trip home, did you pick up anything? Did you pick up anything in the Great Dismal Swamp? No, we actually, if you're talking about, you're talking about Washington D.C. We actually were fortunate enough to avoid that. We avoided I-95 like the plague, I guess, because I wasn't sure. I know going down, it's really bad traffic-wise, and if you're familiar, I'm sure you are. It's really bad, and we just didn't want to take that chance coming back up, so we took another route. So steered clear of it, we did. Hey, Emmanuel, Brian, can I ask a question, please? How come I can't get your last two movies on Saturday nights? I get the 9 p.m. movie, but then I don't get the other features and flicks. If you can help explain, thanks. I don't know. I've never had anybody have that issue before. That's an interesting question. Has that been going on for a while? I don't know. I don't even know what to tell you because it runs. I mean, it's playing on the Roku channel. You're playing it on. I take it you're playing it on the Stream TV Roku channel, or are you watching it directly on the website? That I don't know. I'll wait for a response. And while I'm doing that, again, I want to recognize Chop Block TV. Chop Block TV, you can look them up at butchermedia.com. You can also, butchermedia.com. You can also look up the Chop Block TV Roku channel. Check them out. There's lots of horror-themed programming on that Roku channel. And also the paranormalwarehouse.com. Paranormalwarehouse.com. Both those sites, both those channels, they play episodes of Chiller Night Theater and Chiller Chat. So I really appreciate that. I appreciate their support. And I want to give them a shout out as well. And you notice tonight, our second movie of tonight is The Snake People. That was the live show that we did earlier this month on the 12th. Okay, so last week it was the feature program at 9 p.m. Tonight it's the 11 o'clock or 11:30 movie, and yeah, 11:30. But anyways, that was sponsored again. I want to mention Vicelli Pizza, Butler, PA. Thank you very much, David Long. If you're out there listening, if you're on here. Always want to thank you guys. You've been super supportive of Chiller Night Theater, Chiller Chat, and everything Chiller that I do, including the haunted house last year. So obviously want to thank you guys. And Gross Fest 3 is coming up next month. So we'll be talking about that, and I've got a Gross Fest ad I will play as well. Let's see. Robert Burkhart. Oh, hey, Robert. Thanks for joining us. Tell Samantha thank you for the pictures with her autograph on it. Oh, I will do that, Robert, and that's not a problem. Sorry it took so long to get to you, get that, but I hadn't seen Samantha in person since last summer. So, what I thought was going to be a lot easier than it was turned out to be kind of time consuming. But I'm glad you got that. And Brad says sci-fi on Roku and no Chiller Night Theater. Even the old Chiller Theater. How dare them? LOL. Oh, wouldn't that be something? I would love to watch the old Chiller Theaters with Chilly Billy Cardell. I would love that. I don't know if they exist anywhere. I mean, I don't know if they recorded those, to be honest with you. So, I don't know. That'd be neat. That'd be really cool. I'd watch all those. 20 years worth. So I don't know. So Kevin says, Brian, the horror films hosted by Jack Shadow, are they on DVDs with Jack Shadow hosting? They are not. I don't have those on DVD. I did back when I did Sleepy Hollow Theater back in 2008. For the first couple of years, I put those on DVD. But it just, it was tough for me to keep up with the burning process, burning them onto the disc, and I didn't. I found out even when I started Chiller Night Theater here, I was doing that. I was giving them out as prizes. I wasn't really selling them or nothing like that because they're online. You know, they're on YouTube and you know the files are the shows are uploaded on YouTube. They are all on YouTube, by the way. Um, but no, I don't have them on disc because my computer is not real good at burning the disc, and there's always a little glitch or something like that. So I thought, well, I'll just steer clear of that. you know, at this time, no, I don't have them on DVD. So um, the Angry Pennsylvania says, "Hi, Glam. Oh, Glam's with us. Hey, Glam, thanks for joining us." And the Angry Pennsylvanian, sorry for the delayed response. Um, well, I tell you what, I'm glad you're with us, and I'm glad Glam's with us. So thank you guys for joining me tonight. Sorry we couldn't be here last year or last week, but we were traveling and we just got into the area of the Outer Banks. So Brad says Erie County, PA is finally green. All right, glad to hear that. Raymond says, where did you go for your vacation? We went to Kitty Hawk, North Carolina. We were down there, the Outer Banks, so we had a good time. Very good time was had by myself and Ava and Bradley. We went down there for the week, Saturday to Saturday. Again, it's probably the cop in me, is still that I don't ever announce it. That I'll say, I won't be here or something like that, or family event or whatever. But it's tough for me to say that. But when I get back, I like to share the pictures and stuff like that. But but that's what we did. We went to the Outer Banks, had a great time, got lots of sun, enjoyed the beach. Went out into the ocean, did some charter boat fishing. Went out there and about 6 miles out in the ocean. That was a lot of fun. Took an airplane ride around the island, so that was pretty cool. Robert said she Willie busying with her kid Samantha. Yeah, I'm sure she's pretty busy there with them. Yeah, I can imagine. And Chiller Night Theater replying to Raymond. Kitty Hawk, I'm coming up the group name now. Ava. Yeah. That's all right. A. Emanuel says, is Corpus here yet? I don't see her. I do not see her on here. Raymond says, nice. Yeah, it was very nice down there. Perfect weather for the most part. Carrie says, Cassandra likes Kill Devil Hills. Yeah. Yeah, that's I'm sure most of you know, but that's right beside where we were. And Tony says, is there a museum to the Wright brothers in Kitty Hawk? There is, yeah. Wright Brothers Museum, and then the memorial on the little mound there where they did the first flight. Pretty interesting. I've seen that before. We didn't go visit that this time. We go down there every year. Brad says, I heard their beaches are beautiful. Yeah. I really enjoy the beaches there. We have a good time. I always like to go recharge at the beach. I love it. And Kevin says, I'm good friends with Donald F. Glut. Cool guy. Text him often. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, he is a very cool guy. I've always, his name always stood out to me as a kid because I was and am still a huge Star Wars fanatic. So when I bought the novelization of the movies, Star Wars, The Empire Strikes Back, and then Return of the Jedi. When I got The Empire Strikes Back, I read that thing probably, I'm sure I'm exaggerating, but I mean, I probably 100 times, it seemed anyways from being a kid. I read that thing over and over. Well, in doing that, I've always, the name always stood out, Donald F. Glut. And then on Saturday mornings, the Saturday morning cartoons, I've always seen his name, story by by Shazam or Land of the Lost or whatever the case. He wrote so many stories back then, for all of our favorite shows when we were kids. All those Spider-Man and Amazing Friends, and just was a very well-known name. So when I was finally able to contact him and ask him to be a guest on Chiller Chat, when he agreed to do that, I was very excited, super excited, that this guy who I've known his work from when I was a kid, is going to be a guest on my show. I was just I thought that was the coolest thing ever. So if you haven't checked out that episode, it'll be on tonight. And if you've checked it out before, check it out again. Might have missed something. A. Emmanuel says, hello, Glam and all the gang. Our gang, LOL. So, Chiller Night Theater, yes, there is. Replying to Tony. Oh, the museum. And then Robert says, you saying you give me the book, Chiller Night Theater, how much it cost last time? Let me just talk to you. Oh, you want one of the Chiller Night Spirit of Halloween books? We'll see if we can get that to you. They are, I don't even know how much they are. $5.99, I think, something like that. Yeah, next time I see a Robert movie, I can make that kind of arrangement. They're also available at chillernighttheater.com. You go in there, you can get them there as well. We have a little e-store. And I will also be taking them down to Grossfest. So, let's see. Raymond says, Sand Dune. Paul says, is YouTube accurately? What's that, Paul? I don't think I'm reading that accurately. So, Brad says, have you ever seen The Last of Us 1 and Now? There's a part 2 on PlayStation 4. Or see the video game in action on YouTube at least. No, I've never heard of that. I'm not, I don't, Bradley's into the PlayStation. I don't know any of the games, except for Resident Evil back 20 years ago, I think. I've heard of that one, but, and then Brad says, a lot of zombie movies and video games in this day and age. Yeah, absolutely. And for good reason. I think that they're very entertaining. A lot of us like that stuff. Okay, now, where were we? Oh, yeah. I'm going to throw that schedule up another time here. Schedule. Not quite as fancy as we are accustomed to. That's the last minute. You adapt and overcome. That's all I can tell you. But 9 p.m. the movie is White Zombie. 11 p.m. I guess is Gary Striner. Gary is, if you don't know, if you watch Night of the Living Dead, I would hope that you all have at some point. Gary brother Russ was Johnny, the obnoxious brother who, boy, he gets his. And but Gary is his brother, and he was a very big part of the production of that movie. And then he did a lot of the lighting and the sound and stuff like that. 11:30, the movie is for Chiller Night Theater, The Snake People. So you see, we have White Zombie and we have the Snake People. So tonight will be a night of magic and voodoo and zombies on Chiller Night Theater. 1:30 a.m. The guest, of course, is Donald F. Glute. I was speaking about him but mere moments ago. 2 a.m. The movie is The Manster. Jack Shadow features The Manster. So there's our schedule tonight. And Paul says, what I mean is that will White Zombies be on right after you? Yes. Now here's how this works, Paul. I'm online. I'm on Facebook and YouTube. I'm doing the Chiller Night pre-show. Now what happens is I usually cut out a couple minutes before 9 p.m. because at 9 p.m. actually it's like 9:02. There's a couple minutes delay. But if you go to streammedia.tv, I'm going to try something here. I've never done this before. I hope it doesn't kick me off, but I am going to try this. You go to streammedia.tv and you can look up, is this going to work? We will see. We will see. I'll give it a nice color. Bear with me, folks. I'm trying something here, and if this works, why, it will be revolutionary, I say. Let's see. I'll give it a red background. Can I do that while I did it. That's the first time I've done that. All right, streammedia.tv. If you go there, Luke, or I'm sorry, not Luke, Paul. If you go there, Paul, you can connect. I recommend connecting to the Roku channel. That's how I watch it. I mean, some people are fine watching stuff on the computer. I have problems staring at a computer screen for too long. And so I prefer to sit back and watch it on the big screen. You can watch it online. It's streamed online. Or you can go to that site and connect to the Roku channel on that site. Don't just look up Stream TV, because you might get the wrong one if you do that through Roku. So go to their website, get their code. You scroll down the side of the page, and you'll see the where you can connect to the Roku channel. So do that. I would recommend doing that and watching it on your your Roku device that way. But no, yeah, you got to hop on over from this to that, and that might not always be the case. Maybe someday, we'll have it to where this is on Stream TV. Maybe not. I'm not sure if there's a way to really do that. But for now, that's how we've been doing it for the last 2 years, anyways, since I've been doing the pre-show. And then Kevin says, Brian, when you were younger, did you ever watch the Hardy Boys and Nancy Drew Mysteries? I did. I remember watching that stuff. Love the Hardy Boys. Nancy Drew meets Dracula. Great series. I didn't see that. I didn't know about that. But I remember, what was it, Sean Cassidy and who's the other kid? I never remember. But I've been kind of going down a trip down memory lane by watching the sci-fi Roku channel with Kolchak, the Night Gallery. There's another one. What's the other one? Is it Hulu, or maybe it is a sci-fi? I saw where they were having episodes of the $6 Million Man, The Greatest American Hero, Knight Rider, Buck Rogers in the 25th Century. They were having all these shows that I grew up watching as a kid. So I'm really excited to see some of these. I started watching some, and they're a little hard to watch, but I still love that stuff. So just for the big dumb fun of it, I like to sit there and watch some of that stuff. It is pretty cool that you can just click of a button, you can watch this stuff from your childhood. Hey, Emmanuel says, adapt, improvise, and overcome. Simplify. There you go. There you go. So we'll get it figured out, by golly. But streammedia.tv. That's where you go. I'll just leave that up. Ain't gonna hurt nothing. So, yeah, if you're looking on how to watch the shows for tonight on Stream TV, that's how you do it. And I also want to point out too, you can always go there to their website, streammedia.tv, and check out the schedule. You can always do that. They usually have that loaded up at least the night before, as far as what's going to be playing. Part of that's my fault, because a lot of times I'm rushing and I don't get it to them until Thursday or Friday. So but by Saturday morning, you can always visit the site and see the on-air scheduling. So that's another way too, to see what's playing on Stream TV. So, hey, Emmanuel says, Parker Stevenson, that's it. Played one of the Hardy Boys. Sean Cassidy played the other one. That's it. That's the name. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, I remember that show. And the Nancy Drew, I remember that one. Paul says, thank you. I've been watching Creature Features with Count Gore. Oh, okay. No, that's no problem. Glad you asked. That would be kind of neat if we did it all from here. Now, when I did the Jack Shadow Friday Night Frights, they were on here just like this. That was the live. They were live and unedited shows. Now, if you stick around tonight until 11:30 and you watch the Snake People, that was a live show that we did right here, just like this, on Facebook and YouTube, and we watched the Snake People and Jack Show. It was a live show. It's live and it's unedited, so you're gonna see long, kind of dramatic pauses, that will be edited out for transitions, and then Jack will reach over and I have to do it, but I have to hit a button here and there, but the final version doesn't have any of that. They're just nice, clean transitions. It's a regular episode, so but I hope that helps. A. Emanuel says, anybody remember Pamela Sue Martin playing Nancy Drew? I didn't remember the actress's name. I wouldn't have remembered that in a million years, but that's I remember the show. That kind of vaguely comes to mind when you mention her name. So that's cool. Another trip down memory lane. We had one of these a couple weeks ago where we were talking about old Saturday morning cartoons and old Saturday morning shows and stuff, and everybody was just, wow, they were just dropping all these nostalgic bombs, and that was a lot of fun. That was a fun episode to do. A. Emmanuel says, the next time you do a live stream on Monster, or no, another one popped up. I'm reading two at a time. Next time you do a live stream on YouTube, I'm going to watch that. Okay, cool. Now, I did them up until June. June is most likely my last one of the year, and I say that because very soon, fingers crossed, I'll be starting a haunted house. I have to work on the haunted house, and up until probably the beginning of this month or the end of last month, I wasn't real sure if I should pursue doing the haunted house. Seeing as how 2020 has been really, drop kicking us in the head, every time we turn around. I wasn't real sure if things would be open to the public at that time, but I'm fairly confident that things are going to be okay. So I'm going to give it a try. I hate the thought of working all summer on something and then, because the reason I say that, I don't have my own building at this time like I used. Okay, now can you hear me? Because I had to disconnect my Snowball, and now I'm on the camera mic. I wish I had somebody else doing all that stuff for me. So Harry says, there you go. Brad says, you're on. Yes, we can hear you. All right, great, great, great. Hey, this happened before when I was doing the Jack Shadow stuff. So it's a little frustrating for me because as those who have been following me for a while, I have no technical patience or skill. So when this stuff goes down, it's really tough for me to get this stuff back up and running. But we're on here now, so I'm just gonna have to cross my fingers. Hope we last for another 12 minutes or so. But I'm glad we're back on. And let's see. Brian went missing. Is he okay? Yeah. That's crazy. Brad says, what happened anyway? It's something to do with the camera and the hookup. The way it's. I mean, the camera is new. I mean, it's a new camera, relatively new, within a year. But sometimes, and I'm wondering if it's the hub. I have this a port where I can plug three things into. Maybe that's going bad. Maybe that's going bad because I plugged it then directly into the computer tower, and that seemed to work. But I didn't have. But anyways, I think that's what's going on. So maybe by next week, whoa, I can figure out a way to get all this working. Now that I'm kind of narrowing it down to what the actual issue is. So Brad says, I'd go crazy. I hate it when that happens. Yes. Yeah. But anyways, here we are. John says, question, do you have a favorite Italian horror movie and director? Do I have a favorite Italian horror movie and director? That's one I'd have to think about for a while, John. I don't know. There's some pretty good ones. I don't know if I have a favorite that I can think of off the top of my head. I'll have to think about that one. Maybe I'll have to get back to you on that. How about you? Do you have any? How about you guys? But some of those are really well done, and some of those really give the look and the feel of the Hammer horror movies as well. Good atmosphere to them. Raymond says, Brian, did you upset Jack Shadow so he sabotaged your pre-show? I think that's what he did. Because you notice I went missing, all right, but he, if you can see, all you sharp-eyed viewers can see, he's up there actually moving around. So preparing for tonight's show, I'm sure. So that could be. I think you're onto something, Raymond. Brad says, as I was saying, yabba dabba doo, lol. Well, I'm sorry that the show has hit a few technical glitches here. Well, like I say, I've been struck from time to time with my cyber slings and arrows of outrageous fortune, and all I can do is duck and weave or start hitting stuff, and hopefully it comes back. Dale says favorite Italian horror movie is A Blade in the Dark by Lamberto Bava. Oh, I wonder if that's what is he in relation to Mario Bava? I wonder. I'm thinking I think I got that last name right for Kill Baby Kill. That was an Italian horror movie, was it not? If so, I think that was an Italian one. And if I'm wrong, I'm wrong because I'm thinking Kill Baby Kill was by Mario Bava. I'm thinking off the top of my head if I'm getting that right. That's a good one. Whether I'm getting the name right or not of the director, but if you get a chance, check that one out. Starring what's this guy's name? He played in The Last Man on Earth alongside Vincent Price. Giancopo. Gosh, I forget his name. It's not like a John Smith that rolls off my tongue or mind naturally. Yeah, I'll think of it after. The minute I turn this off, or it shuts off automatically for me, I'll think of it. Gian Rosso Stewart or something like that. But regardless of who the actor's name is, without Googling it, I could do that. But I like to try to remember the names. But that's a good ghost story. John says my favorites are Koltiki, the immortal monster, if I'm saying that right, the vampire and the ballerina. Oh, geez, I've never seen that. Sounds interesting. Paul says, thank you for answering my question. Oh, that's not a problem, Paul. Thank you for joining us tonight. I really hope you get a chance to check out Chiller Night Theater and Chiller Chat tonight. Hope you like it. Hope you stick with it, and hope you come back and join us again. Now, I'm normally on here every Saturday night. I took off last week because I was on vacation. Almost didn't make it this week. And even though I did make it, well, I phased in and out. So, but normally it's not this bad. But I kind of hit the ground running as soon as I got home. And didn't really have time to prepare for the show tonight in that sense. So Kevin says, House of Dark Shadows. I see. And Brad says, 10 minutes until Chiller Night Theater. Here, have a Corona, LOL. I had lots of those. Throughout the week. So enjoyed every one of them. And then Kevin says, House of Dark Shadows is finished. I am now watching Hammer film Frankenstein Created Woman. Great. Aren't those the best though? I love all those Hammer Frankenstein movies with Peter Cushing as Dr. Frankenstein, and there was at least one. Was it Frankenstein and the Monster from Hell? I'm trying to think of which one David Prowse played the monster, which is kind of cool because you got Peter Cushing and you got David Prowse, who also worked together in Star Wars as Grand Moff Tarkin and Darth Vader. But they were, I know Peter Cushing was in a lot of those movies, as well as the Dracula movies, playing Van Helsing. Just a very captivating actor to watch. Bob Book says, "Hello, everybody. Hey, Bob, thanks for joining us." We have anybody else out there who I just can't see besides Glam? I am so. Oh, hey, it's 8:55. I want to mention something. I said that we would. I was going to bring up Gross Fest. Here, I want to play this 30-second ad here of Gross Fest. It gives all the information. But if you're in the area, Washington, Pennsylvania, next month on July 25th, 26th, hope you can make it. Give me 30 seconds.
Gross Fest, the Pittsburgh area's hottest independent horror convention. Come to Gross Fest 3, July 25th and 26th at the George Washington Hotel at 60 South Main Street in Washington, PA. Guests include Drew Marvick, Billy Pond, Bill Oberst Jr., Aaron R. Ryan, Brooklyn Ewing, Jerry LaRue, Jack Shadow, Aura the Witch, and Elle Von Nock from Chiller Night Theater. Check out grossfest.com for our full list of guests, dates, location, and more. Don't miss Gross Fest 3.
Okay, there you have it, folks. That's all the information you could ever want or hope to ask for about Gross Fest 3. No. If you actually have more questions, look up grossfest.com and you'll get all the information as far as guests and vendor information as well, and location, dates, and times, and all that. So hope to see all of you there. Brian Ivers says hi all. Hey Brian, thanks for joining us. Craig Weiss says hi. Hey Craig, thanks for joining us. John says, remember, this is a Brian Hogue production. Please remember to practice safe movie watching. Utah pending final approval. Okay, well, we might let them join Utah, how they, but Paul says, do you like Barbara Steele movies? Oh, absolutely. Yeah, we just, we played one not too long ago during one of the live Jack Shadow, the Friday Night Frights. What we were doing was we were playing the shows on Friday nights live. Not the very next night, but I would the next Saturday, the very next week on Saturday, then it would be the feature episode on Stream TV. That's how that worked. But yeah, it's always a pleasure watching Barbara Steele in those movies. Yeah, she's been in so many of these old Chiller movies. We really enjoy those. Cassandra Blue says hi. Hey, Cassandra. Brad says, about next week, are we going to have a Chiller Night pre-show on 4th of July next Saturday? That's a good question. I didn't realize that was going to be on Saturday night. Let me post something throughout the week, because I know when we were even driving back today, we were still trying to figure out what our plans were. I know it doesn't get dark for the fireworks until 9:30 or so, or dark enough, maybe even 10:15. So let me check on that, and I'll get back to you. That's a good question. I did not realize. My mind's still trying to catch up with me here, so that's a good question. I'll post something. Cassandra says, sorry, a little late. That's all right, no problem. Just glad that you joined us here. Paul says, Fang of the Living Dead. I don't think we played that one. Fang of the Living Dead. We played Terror Creatures from the Grave. That was the last one we did as far as the Jack Shadow Friday Night Frights with Barbara Steele in it. But always a pleasure having her movies playing. It is 8:59, folks. Thank you for joining me tonight for this off and on again Chiller Night Theater, Chiller Night pre-show. So gives you time to dash to your Roku devices, fire them up, or go to streammedia.tv. Hope you join us. Hope you watch Chiller Night Theater and Chiller Chat all night long. And thanks for joining me tonight. Have a good night. Have a good chiller night. And I'll let you know throughout the week. I'll be posting about next Saturday. So, and if I don't see you before then, everybody have a very happy and safe 4th of July.